Alright guys, Lord of Chaos here, and I just want to make a quick rankings video to update the portrait selector video I created 3 months ago. That video is done pretty well. We've done about 5k views on it, but I do feel like it needs to be updated, as unlike the CN version of this game, Blue POC has blessed the global players with some additions which certainly changed the calculus for what characters you should be selecting from this portrait selector. So I just wanted to make a quick update to that based on my personal preference, due to the fact that I am a free-to-play meta player and I do look at the meta teams and how the CN meta is being shaped when it comes to how I choose to manage my account. So as you can see on this particular ranking board, a lot of what I said on my previous video still holds true. However, as you can see, Recoleta and Aleph have been added into the rankings, as this is the major difference between the CN portrait selector and global portrait selector. Now, when it comes to any of the characters that I have recommended, think carefully about the meta teams that you are currently playing and which teams you would look to enhance. And also, if you are missing a certain character from those teams in order to finish them off for yourself, do remember guys that you have your create your own banner. So that is the Promise of Water banner, and that's going to last for 8 more days. So make sure that you if you need a character in order to fill out one of the teams, especially if you're looking at the meta teams and you're thinking to yourself, do you know what, I need a flutter page, or do you know what, to finish off my impromptu team it would be great to have Barcarola, then definitely look at the Promise of the Water banner, as that's only going to be available until the 9th of October. Alright guys, and then on top of that, we've also got this separate paid option, the Souvenir of Companionship item, and that'll be going for just under 30 bucks. So as you can see, there are various characters up until version 2.6 that you can select from this particular item within the store, and that could help you take advantage of the portrait selector. And also you could use that with the Promise of the Water banner. Say you want to get a P2 character, that might be an option for you along with the selector. So there's multiple ways to enhance the meta teams that you're currently taking advantage of at the moment, guys. Remember, the Promise of the Water banner is only going to be lasting for another week, guys, so you kind of need to be quick on that. However, when it comes to the Souvenir of Companionship item, you've got nearly a month on that, and you've also got the same with the selector. So I would suggest that when it comes to those, you know, make sure you've done all your pulls for the patch, because you may lose a 50-50 and you may actually get the character that you were looking for. I know it's highly unlikely, but it has happened to me many times before in other gacha games. It doesn't feel good when you waste a one-time item on a character that you end up getting once you pull. So that's just something to consider, guys. So going back to the recommendation leaderboard, I just want to make one thing very clear for you guys. Every single character is included on this leaderboard due to the fact that their P1s are absolutely great and offer more value than any other of the 41 6-star characters that are made available to you in this portrait selector. Alright guys, these are the characters that are going to give you the most value when it comes to the portrait selector. And I know I've included some portraits that are above P2, which is what you could go with the other alternative options included in this video to getting a character from not having it upwards. And I've included those so that you can think about in future what characters have the greater value portraits, so that option is there for you as a pathway. Alright guys, but I want to make sure that this video is accessible, so I'm not going to keep it too long, and I'm not going to delve down to all the choices. But one thing I do want to make you guys aware of is the fact that when it comes to portraits, they are absolutely not necessary in the game of Reverse 1999. However, they are nice to have. All right, guys. And when it comes to portraits, I would strictly say, as with any gacha game, using them on your support characters is where you're going to get the most value, or failing that, a sub DPS, as being able to provide more support towards your characters is going to enhance the amount of damage your team will be able to do. And at the moment, the team archetypes, as included as in the beginning of the video, is where the real value is when it comes to defeating stages within Reverse 1999, as the team archetypes are where the most damage is being done. For example, Blood type, which is the #1 meta at the moment, absolutely insane when you've got the correct characters. Same again with Impromptu. Having Aleph and having Kipperina make a very big difference, and Barcarola, once you get her portraits up as well, that ensures that you can do a lot more damage. Okay guys, so when it comes to this portrait selector, you want to be thinking very carefully about what you've got inside of your account and what character that you can level up in order to ensure that you can get better meta squads in order to complete the harder content. All right guys, but failing that, you know, feel free to get a portrait on your character that you find the most interesting. Maybe you prefer Getian P2, or maybe you prefer Charmaine's portrait 2 as well, and that's perfectly fine. All right guys, there is no correct way to do it, but from my perspective, these are the options you should be going for. All right guys, so hopefully this video has helped you out today guys. Definitely hit the like button, it definitely helps out with the channel and the algorithm, so all the support is greatly appreciated. If you're having any difficulties guys, feel free to drop down in the comment section anything you're considering. I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. If not, there is a Discord down in the description box of the video. Feel free to throw up a message. Once again guys, thanks for all your support. Lastly, we need to work on the pre-storm protocol guide, so I'll try and get that out in the next few days. Alright guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Lord of Chaos out.
It is important to know your pieces, both by function and appearance. Each has a part to play in strategy. Please take a moment to get familiar with my aesthetic updates, so you will be fully prepared when the battle begins. Each move on the board is an attempt to return to the future. Let this victory propel us forward.
Aりがとうございます。